I just got off of work and I'll be thinking about y'all, so I'm gonna give y'all some good stuff. I'm gonna get right into it. I was asked, how can you tell when a man is feeling you? There's quite a few things. They're small, they're very important. And here are a few things. I got my notes, so I'll be looking back and forth. Here, let's start off like this. When a man is feeling you, he'll remember your favorite color. He'll remember the food that you like. He'll remember a song that you mentioned when you were like riding with him, or y'all were together, or y'all on the phone together and you heard a song. He'll remember that. He pays attention to what you say. He pays attention to how you feel. He responds when you ask him a question. He speaks, he talks, he communicates. He don't just take turns talking. His dialogue is very open. You can hear it in his voice, ladies. You have to pay attention to those things. You can hear it in his voice. He'll look at you. He'll look in your eyes when he's talking to you. He won't look away. There's no nervousness. There's nothing that he's hiding. When a man is feeling you, he comes open and clean from day one. I'm not saying that all men are like this. I'm not saying that if he doesn't come open and clean from day one, I'm not saying that he doesn't feel you or is not interested. I'm just saying when a man really does feel you and he connects with you, that energy, that chemistry, he likes to look into your eyes. And there's some men that can't look into a woman's eyes. I was one of those men because I had a lot of hell going on. And I meant well, but I didn't take care of my demons. And so they were just like controlling me. So I would go into the conversation thinking about sex, and it would eventually lead to that. And I would just blow the conversation. I could talk my way into a woman's life, and I could talk my way out of a woman's life just by being stupid and having the wrong things on my mind. Because women, if they want to sleep with a guy, you'll know when you first meet him. Man tell me, man, I talked her out of her panties. No, she planned to give him to you based on the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you conduct yourself, the way you carry yourself, the way you respected her, the way you responded to her. So women know right off the front, right off the jump, if they're gonna plan on sleeping with you or not. And it's not about sex. So let me get back to what I was talking about. He'll compliment you. He'll pay attention to your nail color. He'll pay attention to the perfume you're wearing. He'll pay attention to if you change your hairstyle, if you got it cut, if it's longer, if you got streaks added to it. He'll pay attention to all of those things. That's how. These are some things that you'll know when a man is feeling you. It's the small things for you all, but those are big things. And sometimes we do it just because what we see in you or what we hear in you makes us feel good. So it prompts us to want to compliment you or to pay attention to the things that you have. Excuse me for screwing up, but I'm tired. But I had to get this out to y'all. But it makes us want to be around you. It makes us want to connect and feel your energy. Because a lot of times we meet women, they could be nice looking women. They could have a nice job, a car, house, all of those things. But we just may not connect with her because she may put that out front. You know, I got this job. I'm running this job. I got a nice car. You know, my credit score is this. You know, I got a Louis Vuitton purse. I got red bottoms. I got this diamond ring. A lot of times those things don't mean that much to us, ladies. And you come off like that with these titles and these certain things that you have, and that's a turnoff. So be careful with that. Don't let that precede you, because a lot of times, just like women, you guys know when men come off like that, it's a turnoff. You don't want to hear about our fraternity. Don't get me wrong, fraternities are great networking and great brotherhood and great sisterhood and sororities. But when a man comes off like that, it's like, oh, that's all he think about is bras and stepping and, you know, wearing his colors. But back to what I'm saying. Those things are important, but don't try to come off with all of these titles that you have as if they are very significant. Don't get me wrong, but don't think that that's going to draw us in, because sometimes that's all you have to offer is a title, is your sorority or your fraternity or your car or your house. It's not it's a house, but it may not be a home. There's a big difference. A lot of times you use your fraternity or your sorority the wrong way. So ways that you can tell the man is feeling you, he thinks about your thoughts. When you ask him a question, he responds, or he'll think about it before he responds. He don't just respond just to respond. That's taking turns talking. He'll respond with some in-depth conversation, with some things that you may have never heard of. He'll respond with some profound things that you might want to hear. But the way you approach a man, the way you can make a man want to open up is by how you carry yourself, how you treat him, how you talk to him. A lot of women talk down to the next man, because of the previous man. You have to stop doing that. They're totally two different people. And, I did that in my relationships. I carried everything from my last relationship up into my next relationship. So a lot of you all do that too. Don't treat the next man like the last man, because they're totally different. And you'll hold that against him, and you'll push him into the arms of another woman. You'll lose out every time. And a lot of you are going through that right now. A lot of you have already done that. Pushing this man out because the last man did the same thing, or he reminded you of your last man, or your ex-husband or your ex-fiance, and you want to protect your heart. But when you protect your heart, you're not paying anything into his heart. You have to remember that. A couple of things. He'll keep his word. And I screw this up. I screw this up a lot in my relationships. Say something, words are very powerful. Words mean a lot to women. Men that are feeling you will keep his word. Sometimes he may show up a little late, or sometimes he may forget. Y'all can't be so down and so hard on a man when he forgets. Sometimes men are working 2 jobs, got the kids for the weekend, and they may forget to call you. And a lot of times you all get mad because your ex did that. He didn't keep his word for whatever reason, or he was out there tricking off, or he was drunk or high. That's not the current man's way of life. But if he forgets to do something, don't charge it to his heart. Just charge it to the things that he's going through, the being tired, being overtasked, being overworked. And sometimes you guys will hold that against him. Oh, you said you're going to do this, but you forgot. You always forgetting, and don't start getting on him and start jumping down his throat. That's when you lose the guy. That's when you lose his interest, because you got all these nice things going on. The conversation been flowing. You up and going out to lunch, breakfast, lunch and dinner, breakfast again, whatever the case may be. And then you turn around and you just snap, because he's starting to remind you of your ex, because he did this one thing, or even 2 or even 3 things. But don't hold that against him. That's how you ruin the next man. But anyway, if he's gonna take you out to the movies or dinner or shopping or play, he'll arrive on time. He'll come in, he'll talk to the kids. This is when you know a man is totally feeling you. And I'm not saying if he doesn't do these things, that doesn't mean that he's not feeling you. Sometimes, like myself, I'm an aggressive guy. I may do a lot of things in the beginning too fast, or in the beginning just because I have an agenda. Don't be fooled by all the nice things that we're doing up front, because it could suck you in. It could fool you. I was one of those men that fooled women. I could talk a good game, but I didn't have longevity. I didn't have any staying power. I didn't. So my thing is, yeah, he'll arrive on time. Chivalry is played out. It's old. That's what they say, but it's not. You have some men, especially a lot of men from down south, still believe in chivalry. He'll show that. He'll cater to you on certain occasions, but he'll be there for you. But the key thing is, he'll listen intently. He'll respond. He'll have eye contact. The text message will flow. They'll be nice. He won't take too long. So I'm not saying if he takes too long to text you back that it's a problem, or he's not feeling you. No. So maybe he's working. Maybe he had to get the kids. Maybe he had to do something else with his, maybe he had to go to court, whatever the case may be. But and a lot of you, some of you don't get those text messages right off the bat, and you want it. I understand. It's nice to have, but don't get upset when he doesn't text you right back. Like I say, he could be busy. And a lot of you have to be careful with this. This is a very important thing that I'm about to say, is that you're a power texter. You put a whole bunch of stuff in a text, and then you expect him to read it before he's going to work, or while he's driving, or when he gets off of work. No, don't do him like that. Don't. Give him a little bit of the time. Then he'll respond, and you say, well, you missed this, you missed that, you missed this, you missed that. But what about the things that you missed in his little small text? So text messaging is very important now because of social media. But try not to give a man all of that the long book in one text message. Give him a little bit at a time, and don't expect him to respond right away, because we have things to do. We're busy, but we'll get to you. But when he does respond, it won't be like 1 or 2 words. It'll be like, okay, baby, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Then he'll say, hey, what about this? Let's go have a drink, a nightcap, or whatever the case may be. Let's go to happy hour. Let me go get you some new shoes, or let's go get a pedicure together. Things like that. I'm rambling on. I don't want to go too far or too long, but yeah, those are things that you can see when you'll notice when a man is feeling you. And but don't take it all away from him up front, and don't spit things back in his face, and don't hold him accountable for what your last man did. If that's the case, you might as well stay single, because he's not about to be your last man. He wants to be your next man. All right, y'all have a great day.